Good afternoon. Today's TABC talks, we're going to go over how to file excise tax in names. I'm Martin Martinez, the lead account examiner for the Tax and Marketing Practices Division. After the presentation, you will have the opportunity to ask questions. Please raise your hand in the chat feature and I will call on you. Please unmute yourself, state your name, who you represent, and your question. In today's presentation, we will be discussing some of the new features available in AIMS. We will also go over how to file your excise tax reports and make your payment if applicable. First, we will start with a brief overview of excise tax. Excise tax is a tax assessed on the first sale of alcoholic beverages in Texas. All upper tier members, brew pubs, and carriers are required to file an excise tax report. The following is a list of all permittees who are required to file a monthly excise tax report. As a reminder, all excise tax reports are due on or before the 15th day of the month following each reporting period. As long as your permit is active, you must file your excise tax report, even if no sales or shipments were made for the reporting period. Within your AIMS account, you will be able to file your report through the File Excise Tax tile on your main dashboard. Additionally, you will be able to make your payment online in AIMS or through TextNet. If you qualify for TextNet, we will go over in an upcoming slide. Now we will go over new features in AIMS. A new feature is the option of having two filing methods to submit your report. The first option is file upload, where you will have the ability to upload a CSV file with your reporting information. This option is recommended if you have multiple invoices to include. The second option is online filing. Rather than uploading a spreadsheet, here you will be able to file online with a guided drop-down menu. This option would be best if you have a few or no invoices to report. Another new feature is the excise tax dashboard. After selecting the File Excise Tax tile from your main dashboard, you will see a list of your licenses. Select the license you would like to report for, and 3 tiles will populate. In order to view these tiles, you must select the license. As discussed on the previous slide, if you would like to report using a CSV spreadsheet, select the File Upload tile. If you wish to report via online filing, select the Online Filing tile. The Excise Tax Report tile is where you can view and download your previous reports. Please note that for non-resident sellers, non-resident brewers, carriers, and warehouse, your dashboard will not state online filing. Depending on your permit, the tile will state File a non-resident sellers report, File a non-resident brewers report, File a carrier's report, or File a warehouse report. Continuing the topic of uploading your report, when selecting File Upload, AIMS will display the corresponding schedules to fill out and submit based on your permit. You will then select the hyperlink to download the schedules. After filling out, you will select the file and upload to import this information. Please note that you must select the CSV Excise Report File Upload button as shown in the right image. Once your information is entered on the schedule, you will upload and AIMS will validate. If no errors are found, you will be prompted to upload your next schedule or to continue with the reporting process. If errors are found, AIMS will indicate where the errors are present for you to correct. The images on the slide demonstrate when a schedule is uploaded without a permit or transaction type. The user would see the following errors as displayed. This process will prevent reporting any discrepancies in your filing. A new feature is the ability to make your payment online. Prior to AIMS, the only payment options were check, cashier's check, and TextNet. Now you are able to make payments via credit card, automated clearinghouse, ACH, or TextNet. After selecting credit card or ACH, you will be directed to a new page to complete the payment process. Note that if paying with credit card, there will be a service fee associated based on the amount of tax due. In regards to TextNet, this is an electronic funds transfer payment option handled through the comptroller's office. If you fall under the TextNet payment option, you will submit payment through the TextNet portal. Once submitted, you will enter the trace number in the TextNet trace number field from the TextNet transaction summary receipt. Now we will discuss filings for out-of-state manufacturers. First, we will discuss filing for non-resident seller permittees. As mentioned before, there are two filing methods. If you're a non-resident seller permittee filing via file upload, you will be able to download the schedule template after selecting file upload and selecting the corresponding reporting month. The schedule for non-resident sellers will be Schedule 3. You will then fill out the needed information and upload. The format in which the information needs to be stated can be found in our user guides located on the How to Use AIMS section of our website. The second filing option, online filing, consists of a drop-down menu selection. The top image displayed is how your page will appear. Here you will enter in your invoice information. Once entered, you will click the Add Record button. To view this invoice, you will click the View tab. From the View tab, you can click Next to submit. For direct shipper permittees, the amount of gallons shipped will determine your filing frequency. Monthly filing would be for permittees who report 5,000 gallons annually or more. Quarterly filings would be for permittees who report 5,000 gallons annually or less. A filing by file upload, download Schedule 3 and fill out the required information. Under this schedule, you will report the shipments made to consumers. Once complete, you will upload the schedule and AIMS will validate. For online filing, you will have a drop-down menu to select the corresponding transaction type and alcohol type. Once you complete the first entry, click the Add Record button and repeat for the remaining invoices. After entering all the invoices, select the View tab to proceed. With beer and ale consolidation, non-resident brewers will report all shipments under one category, malt beverage. The shipments of malt beverage would be reported under the new non-resident brewers permit, BN. For file upload, you will have Schedules 3 and 4. These will be available as a hyperlink for you to download. Please refer to the guide on instructions to fill out these schedules. Online filing will also display Schedules 3 and 4. Fill out the required information, click Add Record, and select the View tab. This slide includes examples of how these pages will appear in AIMS. Note, in order to advance to the next schedule, you must select the View tab and click the Next button. For in-state manufacturers, we will start with wineries and distillery permittees. For file upload, both wineries and distiller permittees will have 3 schedules to download: Schedule 1, Schedule 2, and Schedule 3. Schedule 1 covers manufactured inventory along with your direct sales. Under Schedule 2, you will include incoming inventory for wineries and exemptions for both winery and distilleries. And Schedule 3 is where you report any bulk alcohol. Reference the guides for the appropriate terms to use when filing. For online filing, you will have the same schedules as discussed for file upload. However, you have a drop-down menu to guide you. After you enter the information and click Add Record, you will select the View tab and click Next to advance to the next schedule. After the schedules, you will be prompted to enter your ending inventory for both file upload and online filing. This will calculate the amount of taxes due. Note that the permit number to include for incoming will be the Ames permit number of the supplying party or a winery. For exemptions, the permit number to state will be the party receiving the shipment. For wineries, this would be sales to wholesalers or other wineries, and distillers would be sales to wholesalers. As stated for the non-resident brewers, in-state brewers and brew clubs will also combine their beer and ale inventory. Malt beverage will be under one tax rate, which is 0.193548 per gallon. Within Ames, malt beverage is classified as alcohol type malt for both licenses. Both brewers and brew clubs will have Schedules 1, Schedule 2, and Schedule 4. Under Schedule 1, you will report manufactured inventory along with your direct sales. Schedule 2, you will include any incoming inventory along with any exemptions. And Schedule 4 is your summary of brands, a breakdown of brands that were self-distributed. Online filing will also involve the same schedules as file upload. However, you will have the guided drop-down menu. After you enter in the information and click Add Record, you will select the View tab and click Next to advance to the next schedule. Once you have completed all schedules, you will then enter your ending inventory. If payment is due, you will be directed to the payment page to make your payment. This applies for both file upload and online filing. Now we will discuss reporting for distributors and wholesalers. Distributors will also need to ensure that beer and ale inventory is merged to a malt beverage category. If filing through file upload, you will download Schedules 2 and Schedule 4. Schedule 2 will cover any incoming inventory and exemptions, and Schedule 4 will cover the summary of brands sold to retailers. For online filing, you will enter this information through the drop-down menu. For both of these filing options, you will use malt as the alcohol type. After submitting Schedule 4 for both filing methods, you will be prompted to enter in your ending inventory. If payment is due, you will be directed to the payment screen to complete this process. Wholesalers will have only Schedules 2 to download under the online filing option. This schedule will also cover incoming inventory as well as exemptions. For online filing, you will also only have Schedule 2 to submit. After selecting the correct drop-down options and adding the records, you will click the View tab to continue the report submission. After submitting Schedule 2 for both filing methods, you will be prompted to enter in your ending inventory. If payment is due, you will be directed to the payment screen to complete this process. Next, we will go over carrier and warehouse excise tax reports. As a carrier permittee, the file upload option will show the schedule titled Carrier Report for you to download. Enter in the corresponding shipment information of the alcoholic beverages. Once complete, you will upload the names. For online filing, fill out using the drop-down menu and select Add Record after completing each entry to save your entry. This slide shows language used for both filing methods for you to make note of. Warehouse permittees will have the schedule named Warehouse Report to download under the File Upload option. You will enter the corresponding transaction type and enter the correct dollar amount. For online filing, select the transaction type through the drop-down menu. For both filing methods, the permit number will be the permit you are warehousing the product for. For example, if you're warehousing product for a winery, the permit number to include will be that of the winery. Please note, the entry submitted in Ames will need to match the format provided on our user guides. Reference these guides in order to avoid any errors. Our guides can be located on the How to Use Ames section of our website. During today's presentation, we covered over who is required to file excise tax reports, how to file the excise tax reports, and we also discuss new features available with the names, such as the 2 filing options and also making online payments. Now, if anybody has any questions, as a reminder, please raise your hand and I will call on you. I see J.O., you have a question?
Yes, sir. We did our first report last month, and on that report, we could not find 2 package sizes. One was the 200 milliliter and one was the 35 milliliter.
Okay, so as far as the package sizes, so if there is a package size that is not listed there, we are working with our developers to add. So what I would request is if you can send us an email, I'll make note of those sizes, but if anybody else encounters a package size that's not listed on there, if you can please let us know, and then we'll get that updated so you can include that in future reportings. But I will make note of those 2 sizes missing.
And what email address do you want us to send it to?
You can send it to excise.tax. So that'll be excise.tax@tabc.texas.gov. That's monitored by me, so I can review that and bring that to our developers' attention.
Send it to me one more time, please.
Let's just remember that August 2020 pre-vaccinations available. Everyone was in masks.
Can you give me that email address one more time, please?
Yes, excise, so that's EXCISE .tax, TAX, @TABC.Texas, spelled out, .gov.
Thank you.
So I see a question, will this printout slideshow be available after the meeting? Yes, this will be available. And then Brian, you also, is the presentation available for download? This presentation will be available afterwards. Sorry, Carla Zuniga, you have your hand raised.
Yes, my question is, our tax return, we file as a wholesaler.
Mhm.
Our returns are run out of a software system that does not generate usable CSV files. So we have PDFs that get printed out. Basically, you can print reports and scan them in, so they're in Adobe. And that's what we've always done to email you guys our file. To get our software company to be able to generate a CSV file, I'm sure is absolutely possible, but it will take them months. Is there a backup plan for, can we continue to email them while we're waiting for that to be available?
So you can still email them. So as far as mailing in or emailing, that option is still there. It would require us to manually enter that in, but we understand if you're not able to get it to a CSV, you can definitely send that up to us. We can work with you on that. And we can bring up to our developers' attention as far as implementing something as far as a PDF in the future.
That would be great. We file, I don't know, like 20 of these every month, and they have a lot of activity. So we'll certainly begin working with our software vendor, but yeah, it's going to be a while before we're able to really comply. Should we continue to email to the same individual that we've been sending them to, or do we now need to use this general email address?
You can continue sending to the Excise. As far as your report submission,
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Any questions would go over to stakeholders, but yeah, Excise, you can do that for report submission.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I also see Carolyn, you have your hand raised.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. I have actually a twofold question. One is we have a credit, a letter saying we can take the credit. And of course, on the new filing we're doing, there's not a place to enter this credit.
Mhm.
I didn't do it this time because I don't know where to put it. Because on the old report, you do your authorized credit, submit the letter with your report. But here on the online, I didn't see any option to take this credit.
Right. So now with AIMS, since it is automated, we would have to manually enter that credit, or if we discover that there is a reporting discrepancy, once we amend, that would generate the credit. So as far as user having the ability to manually enter that in, that is not there. So what we would have to do is go in and manually enter the credit in AIMS. So that way, when you do report, it'll register. So I'll make note of that to go into your account to make that credit.
Okay, so do I need to notify, like email excise tax this letter or something? And like next month, we're going to be lowering our payment by this amount?
Yes, if you can definitely send us an email.
That would be
let us
good.
know.
And
Yes,
do it to
let
the
us know.
excise tax, is that correct? Do it.
Correct. Yes, if you can send us an email, say credit, and then we will make that update. And
All
I'll
right,
make
I
sure
have
that
one, and I have
Okay,
one
go
other
ahead.
question. We're not sure we uploaded the Schedule 4 and there's no way to go back and check that.
So as far as checking, on your dashboard, you have that excise tax report tile. So when you do select your license, those 3 tiles, if you go under excise tax report, if there is something under Schedule 4, that means AIMS did capture something. If you think that you may have uploaded without including Schedule 4, then that may be the reason why. What we'll do is if you can send us the updated Schedule 4 to that same email, and then TABC, or in this case, excise tax staff, will make that update, we'll make that change.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Helen, I also see your hand. Are you there, Helen?
Helene, he's calling on you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Helene. Sorry about that. Okay. As far as the presentation, so that can be found on our YouTube account. So that will be uploaded after this presentation. I do see another question from Amy Harrison. If you're not able to file on AIMS, but you're tried, are you no longer eligible for the 2% credit or time of filing? No, we will still work with you as far as the 2%. So that is something that we are taking into account if you're not able to file via AIMS. We're still going off the postmark date. So if you are able to postmark it by the 15th, we will work as far as the 2% discount. And then Helene, sorry, I see you asked if you can send a list of questions or concerns. Definitely. You can send that to stakeholder@tabc.texas.gov and excise tax as well. Thank you. Any other questions? I don't see any more questions. So if that's it, thank you everyone for joining. Have a good rest of your day.